if they need him to. So he could even be a 4 at the back for Singapore. At times, Zulfahmi's got that ability. There he is on the ball, just plays a quick pass back to Safwan Baharudin. He can drop in and become a part of that back three. He gives them an option of being an extra body in the midfield as well, in possession. So keep an eye out on that little tactical tweak for Singapore. What's interesting for me here is Song and Faris on either side of Iksan Fandi. Good to see Song back in the lineup. I think, you know, they've been missing his qualities in certain matches. I feel like perhaps he may have just been struggling with a groin issue that he picked up in his first game. So trying to manage his fitness levels, perhaps.
Is that why you think he was saved against the Thailand in the Thailand match?
Yeah, and I think what he brings to this side is a lot of power, a lot of energy from those midfield positions, and he knows how to pick out a pass as well. We've seen a couple of lovely through passes from him already. Stand by for these long throws from Pratama Arhan.
Well, what they've got is a man right there to try and make it harder, so he has to go high, and that's good hands from Hassan Sani. Flat kick out immediately. Asnawi puts it right back into the mix. Oh, and let's look at that space there for Singapore on the right-hand side. Real burst of energy there. Motion mentioned. Talking of which, now here comes Irfan on the left for Indonesia. Making that run. Wow, this is the kind of start everyone would have wanted.
Yeah, wonderful start to this game. End-to-end at the moment, very early on. It's a nice touch from Dedik Setiawan initially that just put it into the path of Irfan for him to run onto. Good covering from Zulfahmi. Again, benefits of having that extra body at the back there.
Well, there was a lot of thought about Elkan Baggett starting for the first time, but he's back on the bench. The big man, 1.94. They've brought in Rizky, who I thought was the best defender against Vietnam, as they have this corner here. Quite clear their lines, Singapore, but now they do with the skipper Harris. You could see the idea there, getting it up to his club teammate as well, Song Woo-young.
Well, that's where Singapore have excelled in these counter-attacking situations. In possession, they have struggled. I don't think they've been very good with the ball. But those transitions, those quick transitions from defense out to attack, especially with Song Woo-young in the side now, as I said, the ability to carry the ball forward and run at this Indonesian defense or run into spaces in behind. Also got obviously the power and the pace of Iksan alongside him as well.
There's Nur Adam Abdullah, his first start for Singapore in a competitive fixture, Roshan. I mean, this is nervy stuff, isn't it? For him to be brought in a crucial match like this.
Yeah, big test for the young man, but come back to him as Nazrul picks this one up.
Right there from Najim Azari, another one who's come back in. 2 new fullbacks today. Nazrul started the first match, but has lost his place with Zulkarnain in the subsequent ones. So that was an interesting change as well on the other side, on the right-hand side. Zulkarnain moving out for Najim Azari. He's gone for a bit of experience as well.
Yes, yeah, I think so. A bit of experience on that side of the pitch. Just to keep track of Irfan, but also I think fresh legs there with Nazrul in the side now.
That's a good point you make, Roshan, because we know how good they are on that left-hand side, don't we? Indonesia. Pratama and Irfan. That has stayed in. It won't be a corner.
You know, I in the build-up to this, I was expecting these two sides to make it into the last 4 of the competition, but this wasn't the semi-final that I was expecting. You know, and it's a credit to Indonesia, the work that they've done in the group stages to make sure that they finish top of the group. And spoke to Safwan Baharudin recently, and he mentioned that, you know, they're taking this challenge seriously. They know how good this Indonesian side are. At the same time, there was a little bit of relief, you know. I think they were expecting that, having finished runner-up in their group, they were going to be taking on Vietnam in the semi-final.
Yeah, I don't think many people would have figured Vietnam finishing second in their group. There's an important challenge there. Safwan. Of course, this is the first of 2 legs, so yes, you can afford to be a little bit conservative today. You don't have to go for it because you still have a second leg to come, and that's but maybe maybe that's gone into the thinking of the coaches.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Nobody wants to leave themselves too exposed in the first leg and then have to chase the game in the second leg. So you want to be careful as well. Even if you do concede, you don't want to let the game sort of run away with you. Remember, you've got another 90 minutes to get that goal back if you need to. So don't take too many risks.
Enough noise in the crowd, mainly at the moment coming from the Indonesians, who were terrific, the fans, as well as the team. They kind of played off each other, didn't they?
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah, wonderful atmosphere. And we touched on that in the last game. We've spoken about this. We've been fortunate enough to do a couple of matches at Bishan Stadium with Group B, and we had the Vietnamese fans as well who've been incredible. So it's a credit to all the fans. I mean, the Singapore fans as well who've come out in support of their side. So you see Farias just taken out there. First opportunity from a set piece for Singapore.
This is their strength, isn't it, for Singapore? And Shin Tae-yong took great pains to point this out. 4 goals from set pieces for Singapore of their 7 in this tournament. Shadan Sulaiman, great ball in. Looking like Incheon got a touch on it. Asking for a corner, not going to get it.
Yeah, the quality on the deliveries have been very good. And here Shadan again just comes off Indonesian defender there. I think it's Fakhruddin. Well defended. He made sure he tracked the run of Irfan all the way in. Really good ball from Shadan.
There's Alfreanda Dewanga, who's been a versatile player for Indonesia.
Well, this is, we spoke about Zulfahmi for Singapore stepping forward into midfield. Alfreandra can do exactly that for Indonesia as well. So you've got these players, you see Nadeo putting it out play, but you've got these players who have got the capability to give you a bit of that tactical flexibility. They can step into that back line, play in that back 5 or the back 3, depending on the phases of possession, and then they can push into midfield as well when you do have control of the ball and you're looking to try and build out in that possession phase.
The Singapore fans now making their own noise. Got the roof covered as well, so it all stays in here. Really adds to the atmosphere. I think the scary thing, Roshan, is the bulk of that defence. Some of them are teenagers still. The rest are in their early 20s, more or less. It just stands them in great stead, doesn't it? This is outside of the 3 minnows in this competition, Cambodia, Laos and Timor-Leste. They are the youngest squad in this competition. Singapore, the oldest squad, at almost 28 years of age.
It's a wonderful contrast, and the 2 different styles, I would say, or perspectives from these 2 sides, and where they each are in their phases of development. With Shin Tae-yong, I think, very much looking at trying to bring through that next generation of talent and molding them into this aggressive, attacking, high-intensity team that he wants them to be. And I mentioned this, with younger players, it can sometimes be easier to get your ideas across to them, and more willing to take those on. And I think for Indonesian players as well, it's good to be exposed to that sort of coaching, that sort of level of coaching, and that sort of level of professionalism, and those sorts of qualities that he has, Shin Tae-yong. It just exposes you. It's a matter of education as well.
Yeah, he's proved he's very much his own man, and there was pressure on him to pick, for example, Ilya Spasejovic, who has got more international goals than all the other forwards that have been picked in this squad. It doesn't fit his system. That's a lovely ball over for Irfan from Alfreanda Dewanga. Away by Irfan.
Yeah, it's not even just about fitting into the system. It's about how he gets along with the rest of the team, the rest of the squad, and you know, and that's so important, especially in a tournament like this, where you're going to be stuck together for a while in that bubble. You know, and this is something that Tatsuma Yoshida spoke about. It's a great challenge.
Great mark there, isn't it, from Song Wei-young. He's rode out the challenge as well, up to Faris Rumley on the left-hand side, 56.